My name is Rakshani. I'm 73 years old. And if there is one thing I wish I had understood earlier in my life, it is this. The way you end your day quietly shapes the way your money flows tomorrow. For years, I focused only on what I did during the day. I worked hard. I planned carefully. I tried to be disciplined. But I never questioned what I carried into the night, and that was my mistake. I want you to think about your evenings for a moment. What happens in the last 30 minutes before you sleep? Are you scrolling, worrying, calculating, replaying conversations, anticipating problems? I used to. Every night I would lie in bed and mentally rehearse every financial fear I had. I would calculate worst-case scenarios. I would imagine things going wrong. I would analyze numbers over and over. I thought I was being responsible, but what I was really doing was programming fear into my nervous system before sleep. And here is something few people talk about. The last emotional state you hold before sleep becomes the dominant energy your subconscious processes all night. And your subconscious does not sleep. It works. It organizes. It integrates. It builds patterns. For years I fed it scarcity. And then I wondered why scarcity felt so consistent in my life. Let me tell you about the night I changed this. I was 58 years old, financially stable on the surface, but constantly tense underneath. One evening I was especially overwhelmed. I had been worrying all day. And when I got into bed, I caught myself replaying the same anxious thought for the 10th time. And suddenly I felt tired of myself. Not ashamed, just tired. So instead of continuing the mental spiral, I did something different. I sat up, I placed both feet on the floor, and I asked myself, what energy am I about to sleep in? The answer was clear: fear. And that was the first time I realized something powerful. Sleep is not just rest, it is reinforcement. Whatever emotional state you fall asleep in deepens. So I created a simple night routine, not complicated. Not spiritual in a dramatic way, just intentional. First, I stopped looking at financial information after a certain hour. No bank apps, no emails, no spreadsheets. Second, I took 5 minutes to acknowledge 3 financial positives from the day. Not fantasies. Real things. Maybe I paid something off. Maybe money came in. Maybe I resisted an impulsive purchase. Maybe I learned something new. Small wins count. Then I said something quietly before lying down. Money flows. I release today. At first, it felt artificial. But within weeks, something changed. I began sleeping more deeply, waking calmer, approaching financial decisions with less urgency. And here's the part that surprised me most. Opportunities started appearing when I was no longer gripping. It wasn't magic. It was alignment. When your nervous system relaxes around money, your perception widens. You see possibilities instead of threats. You think strategically instead of reactively. You respond instead of panic, and that shift changes outcomes. Let me explain something deeper. Financial energy is not just about numbers, it is about emotional association. If you associate money with stress, your body contracts when it appears. If you associate money with flow, your body relaxes. Relaxation allows retention. Tension accelerates loss. Your night routine trains your emotional association. For years I trained mine in fear. Then I retrained it in calm. Here is the simple routine I now follow every evening. 1. Digital boundary. No financial input at least 30 minutes before sleep. 2. Acknowledgement. 3 financial wins, however small. 3. Release. 1 sentence. I release today's money stress. 4. Breath. 3 slow breaths to calm the body. That's it. Nothing elaborate, but consistency is everything. Within 3 months, my internal relationship with money shifted more than it had in decades. I no longer woke up in panic. I no longer felt chased by numbers. I felt stable, and stability is magnetic. I am 73 years old, and I can tell you with clarity, the most important financial changes in my life did not begin during the day. They began at night, when I stopped feeding anxiety to my subconscious, when I stopped rehearsing lack, when I chose calm over chaos. Tonight, I want you to try this. Before you sleep, instead of reviewing what went wrong, review what went right. Instead of anticipating what might fail, affirm what is working. Instead of gripping tomorrow, release today. You may not see immediate external change, but you will feel internal change. And internal change precedes external movement. If this message resonates, stay here. Subscribe if you feel these conversations strengthen your foundation. We are not chasing miracles, we are building alignment. And in the comments write, I end my day in calm. Because the energy you sleep in tonight shapes the prosperity you wake into tomorrow.